Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Nice to see you all. For those of you who are here on a regular basis, thank you so much for joining us today. So, these are your messages today from the spirit realm. So, if you are here with me now, it's because you're meant to be here. You're meant to be here. You found us for a reason, and that is because spirit messages are meant to help you on your journey. You will resonate with a lot of the reading. You may resonate with all of it, but there may only just be one message that really gets through to what you really need to hear. And that's okay too. The whole idea is to give you guidance. My name's Linda, so I live in Queensland, in Australia, on the Sunshine Coast, in the hinterland, and I'm, very lucky. I feel I'm very blessed to live in such a beautiful little country town, and I would love to hear from where you're from. If you would like to subscribe, that would be wonderful. My subscribers are referred to as the family of believers. That's what I call you all. And so during this reading, or maybe after this reading, you may decide, I'd like to get some more messages through from Linda and her guides. I'd like to hear more about my star signs every month. I'd like to get some psychic development help with mentoring from Linda. If you would like all these things, then please subscribe because we will be doing all of those videos in the future to help you. And so we have 3 decks here that we use for these videos. This here is the major arcana of my private deck that nobody's ever touched but me in all the years I've had it. Look, it's getting a little bit tatty, but I love it. And so I just love it. And my lady guide, she uses all these decks as her tools. So she's the lady that she chooses the cards that fall for you today. And then Spirit steps in also and works with her as well and gives you your messages. So we start off with this. I have a brand new deck that I discovered. I discovered about 2 weeks ago, and I absolutely love it. I'm still learning. I, I'm still learning. When I say that, I should I should explain. I don't need to learn it. It's the tarot, but what I'm learning about it is that with this deck here that we get from this message here. I actually read the message from the book. Now, I don't normally do that. I just usually intuitively allow my guide to work with the card. However, when I discovered this deck and I read through some of the messages in the book, I just could not believe the illustrations and also the wording of the messages. They're very unique and very different to what the card usually says in a tarot deck. They're really effective, and I know that they will. We only choose one of these, but I know that the message that you get will help somebody that's watching here today. I truly know that. We also love to use the Letting Go deck. The Letting Go deck is by David R. Hawkins, and he put this deck together and with some of the most amazing messages about letting go. And we all need to let go of something, usually at some time. And so that's the last one we choose. We choose that as our last message because it usually then resonates with everything that we've spoken about today. And so let's get started, shall we? We'll just that just breaks up the energy and makes everything nice and clear. It's like a smudgy in many ways. And it resonates all over the decks that we're working with now. And it also resonates around me. So it cleans me up as well. And so let's have a little look and see what Spirit wants to talk to you about, shall we? Let's have a little look, see what she wants to say to you. Oh, the Empress. The Empress. So the Empress is all about abundance, giving birth to your dreams. It's also, about nurturing yourself. Look, maybe you're in a situation at the moment where you need to do that. Are you overdue for a facial or a pedicure, or maybe just taking time out, just taking time out, looking after yourself for a change. Are you overtaxed, emotionally, mentally? Are you tired? Some of you, you might have to drive a long way for your work. You're driving an hour to work from an hour home. These sorts of things, they get you down, don't they? They really wear you out. Um, and I feel that many of you don't take the time for yourself. I'm being told that maybe you tend to put everybody else first. You never really look after yourself or spoil yourself because you feel guilty. You think, oh, well, especially if you're a mum, you say, oh, well, it's my responsibility. I have to look after this and I have to look after that and then I have to do this and I have to, because I'm a woman, I'm the mum. I'm the mum of the house. Even if you have a wonderful man that helps you with everything, it's still installed into us in the belief systems of being a woman and being the queen of the home, queen of the kitchen, so to speak. Um, this beautiful card here, she's nurturing. She's a nurturing. The Empress is very nurturing. It represents caring. It also represents caring for others. Yes, it represents also being that shining light for others as well. And so, nurture yourself and others. The Empress is the very first card that the spirit has given us, and then let's see what else we would like to. Ooh, wow, that doesn't usually happen. Okay. Oh, golly gosh. So, look, I'm going to take both of those that flew out. Thank you. Can I please? Do you want me to get another one, or okay? Yeah. And she wants to give us another one. When I shuffle, I don't. She doesn't usually throw cards out like that, fly them out like that. But she's done it again. You're showing off. Are you showing off? Okay, let's see. She's given us four beautiful messages. Four beautiful messages. You've got the Empress, you've also got the High Priestess. Oh, there's a lot of I know there are probably men watching there today, but I have got so much female energy on my plate here at the moment. However, the release card is Archangel Azrael, so he's here. So this balances it all up. But the High Priestess is all about, listening to your intuition. You must trust your intuition. If we don't, we often make big mistakes. I've done it. I've done it. I've gone against my gut and I've regretted it. And I've had to go back there and do it again and do it right the next time. This is also be patient. Be patient. But, consider carefully what you want before you act. So this is about intuition, isn't it? Intuition is what am I feeling? What do I feel about this? What do I think? And then you say, well, I want to make, and you think about it. You mull over and you think about it, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because we shouldn't jump in without having that feeling of confidence in what we're about to do. So trust your intuition. Listen. Uh, have patience. Look, some of you could be studying, learning something new. See the book in her hand. You might be studying something, learning, and you're finding it difficult maybe, or you're getting impatient because it's hard, isn't it, when you've got to do a course, especially if it's something like 2 years, 4 years, 6 years for specialists and surgeons and things like that, and even naturopaths, they study for years. Um, and that's why they need to be, we need to honour them and respect them because they put so many years of their life into studying something to help others. And that's what I feel this is about. I feel this is about study. You've been studying and learning, and many of you that are here today with us, you're trying to learn. This can also be about writing. Maybe you're writing, maybe you're writing music, maybe you're writing. Um, Stock books or emails. And so this is all about creativity, creating, writing, ebooks. That's what I was going to say. So trust your intuition on everything that you're putting out there. She's making an offer. She's offering her expertise, she's offering her knowledge, she's offering what she's learned, maybe, or where maybe you're doing that, maybe you're off making an offer of some kind, or maybe you're wanting to put something out there. Maybe you're planning on putting something out there, books or ebooks or um, anything on YouTube or whatever. Maybe you've been doing a lot of work and now you're planning on putting it out there. And what they're saying is, that have patience, be patient here. Also, sometimes we need to plan things. We need to make sure we get everything in order before we actually launch it. So make sure that you've done all of that. Make sure, trust your intuition on that. Consider carefully what you want before you act. So consider it all. Make sure that you when you act that you know what the outcome may be. You want a certain outcome, and so to get that certain outcome, you have to act in a certain way or do a certain thing. We also have the message of the strength card. And so this is about having the strength, releasing harsh, don't have any harsh judgments, release any harsh judgments that you may be carrying because that's not good to have that. This is about forgiveness and compassion, but it's also about strength. She's got that she's got that field there. She's riding the lion. She's not. She's riding the lion's back, and she's fearless. She's fearless, this girl. And so this is about having the strength to do what it is you're thinking about at the moment, or your intuition is telling you. This is about being strong. And there are many times in our lives when we need to find that inner strength. This is about inner strength. I'm also being told to say to some of you that maybe you've got a bit of inner conflict going on around at the moment where you need to find that inner strength. Maybe, you have some inner stress and strife or inner conflict going on where you're questioning things. And so you're being told, trust your intuition, listen to your intuition. And then once you know what you need to do, have the strength to take that step. Have the strength to be the warrior. Don't be afraid. Okay. Fear can be a terrible emotion and it can really hold us back in more ways than one in life. It's not a good energy to be walking in. Please, darlings, please don't allow yourself to walk in fear. Don't allow anybody to make you feel fearful. And you can hit all of that on the head by just thinking positive and believing in yourself and knowing that you are strong. You're not going to allow fear to step in and hold you back. You're going to be strong. This is about forgiveness as well. If you're going through some situations where maybe you need to step up and be forgiving, um, it's not always easy to forgive people. It's not always easy to forgive those that have maybe hurt us or done harm to us, or whatever. In fact, it's really difficult. Some of it's very difficult. But this is about, you know, being compassionate. And one one way of looking at that is that what we can do is we can convince ourselves of the need for compassion. We can convince ourselves of why we need to be forgiving. And that is to look at look at the situation of the person that did that hurt us or wounded our soul, and look at their circumstances. Now, making excuses for people, this is not about making excuses for people. There's no excuse for hurting others. However, when we look at someone and we know that this is what happened, that's what happened, this is what they've been through, or blah blah, all that sort of stuff, we can often say, it's a no wonder they are the way they are. It's not good that they are the way they are, but I can understand why they are the way they are. because they haven't mastered mindset. They've allowed themselves to be damaged and they haven't handled it yet. Doesn't mean they won't in the future, but at the moment they're still walking in that dampness, that darkness that put them there. They're still there, and so they lash out, or they say this, or they do that. And okay, we can't make excuses for them, but what we can do is say, well, I do see how that happened, and I do see why they are the way they are. And so this is how we can then say, well, so what I have to do is I just have to not allow it to continue to affect me. I can't let that, what they are, what they become, affect me. And so what I have to do is I have to be different. I have to make sure I'm not like that or I don't get like them. And to do that, we have to say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to release this. I'm going to let this go so that I can move forward. This is about releasing harsh judgment. And just let me explain. I do not believe that everybody deserves to be forgiven for some of the things they do. In those circumstances, I always find it's much easier to ask the universe to take care of things. Say, look, I can't handle this, can you take it? And I've done that many times. But what I am saying is that when we allow people to hurt us and in a bad way, and we're still walking with that, it holds us back. And so we have to release it. We have to let it go and try if we can to understand that it's not our fault. It's not our fault they're like they are. It's not our fault that they lash out at people and we are one of their victims. That's not our fault. It is their fault, yes. But that's the thing, it's their journey. It's they're like that because of the journey they're on and because of how they think and how they handle their mindset. And that's something you can't change. You can only change your own. So you have to say, okay, you know, they did the wrong thing by me, whatever, but I'm not going to allow it to affect me anymore. I'm not going to hang on to it. I'm not going to carry it anymore because that way I'm not doing myself any favors. So if I allow what they did to me to affect me and I'm still walking in with it, still thinking about it, still carrying it, what am I doing? I'm really harming myself by allowing that took place to still be within. And you know, I talk about tapping a lot. You know, I talk about EFT, emotional freedom technique, where you can remove all that sort of stuff. It's very powerful. And there are plenty of people on YouTube doing tapping that will help you to release a lot of things that have happened to you that are pretty deep. And once you release all that stuff, okay, I'm not saying that you forget about it, but what happens is you do release it. You move on from it so that it becomes a part of your life that's so far back that you don't think about it anymore. If it does come into your mind, you let it go very quickly. And that's what you want. So there are many ways of releasing. There are many ways, and we do have, as I said to you, we have the letting go deck here. So we'll see what Spirit wants to say to you after these readings about letting go, releasing, and being strong enough to do that, having the strength to be that better person, to be strong. And I'm not going to let this, affect me anymore. I'm going to be strong and I'm going to be powerful and I'm going to be me. And I'm going to release. The next card is release. And she's given you this, the end of a phase of situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. That's what I was just talking about. This is the next card that she's just giving us. So many of you may be in this situation, time to move on. Release yourself. Are you feeling entrapped in a nasty job with nasty people? Are you feeling entrapped in a situation that you're really not comfortable with? And you know that all I have to do really is release myself. All I have to do really is walk away, making an excuse that I don't want to go back there anymore. You might have been brought into a group of people that you've befriended, thinking they were okay, but they turn out to be not so nice, and you feel, oh, really don't want to go to that, get together with them down the pub Friday night anymore because I just don't like them. Well, don't go, don't go. Just there's another, I'm going somewhere else, or you know, worm yourself out of it, work your way out of it. Step away, release yourself. Release is about releasing yourself, freeing yourself from anything that's detrimental or negative to you, to your thoughts, to your life. So let things go. Don't and try not to hang on to stuff because it's no good for you. This is saying that there is the need for an end to something. There's a need to end. This is also about a spiritual transformation. When you let go of things, when you let go and you're strong and you try to be understanding, you try to be compassionate, you make yourself a better person by being like that, forgiving and being compassionate and releasing, clearing your mind so it doesn't bother you anymore about what was done. When you do that, you become a lot more enlightened because when you're positive, you're more loving. When you're understanding and compassionate, you're loving. And so your energy field, your energy chakra, your chakras, they all become a lot more enlightened and they all come in tune with each other. And so as you become more enlightened, so it's easier to be understanding and compassionate to let things go because you're coming from a much higher energy, which is of unconditional love, which is, of course, the energy of the spirit realm. Unconditional love, forgiveness, and understanding, and all those other wonderful, showing empathy, things like that. And so let's go now to this brand new deck of mine that this is the new tarot, Jennifer Tarot deck that I've discovered that I really do like. But the thing is that it's the messages. And as I say, I don't usually read from books when it comes to the tarot deck. I don't need to. But this deck, it's a little bit different. The book really does have some wonderful, wonderful messages in it. We only get one card, we just draw one. And it is the Nine of Swords, and Swords is about our mind, our minds. This has all been about releasing, isn't it? The mind, releasing things from the mind. So I want to read this for you because I just find that the messages the girl that did this, she really has interpreted. The interpretation is what I find really intriguing. I'll show you the artwork on this deck is beautiful. And you can see we all recognize this one. It is it is it's despair in many ways, isn't it? But there's always ways out of that as well. This is what she says about this card. This is her interpretation. I had another nightmare again. It's the same one every night. The one where I'm falling, falling, falling into a pit of blackness and cold. I think I'm never going to reach the bottom, like I might just fall forever with nobody to hear my screams. But then I hit the earth and I'm dead, and my body is already rotting, and I know that my skull has split open. All my thoughts are pouring out, and then I can hear them screaming in my head, their voices and the voices of everything I've done wrong and the people I've hurt. I wake up sweating and frightened, pulling the covers up to my chin and sobbing, but there is nobody to comfort me. In the morning, when I am sleep deprived and restless, I consider telling others of the reoccurring fantasies that plague me. But I never do because I think maybe I deserve the anguish. Maybe I'm guilty after all. It's a very deep message, this one, isn't it? That somebody should feel like that. This is about nightmares. It's about fear, being afraid, worry. It's also about not sleeping, and it's about it's about mental fatigue and feeling guilty and worrying too much, making a mountain out of molehills, and also health being adversely affected by anxiety. And so, what is the trying to say with this? What are they? Why have they given us this intense message, this intense card here? What this is saying is this: we all have stuff. Why does somebody get like that? Why does somebody get so upset they can't sleep, they feel bad? Why does somebody get to a stage where they they feel they're not the nicest person in the world? This is not saying you're not the nicest person in the world. This could be somebody you're dealing with. It's possible that this is somebody you're dealing with, somebody like this, that's treated you badly. It's not a nice person. They are out there, unfortunately. And some people can be very cruel to others. And so, what do we do about that? Well, sometimes we have to bring that to an end. If you've got somebody like this in your life, it's not good for you. Sometimes we need to bring that to an end. We have to make plans that we can release ourselves from somebody like this, someone like this. We have to free ourselves. We have to say, well, I don't want that sort of a person in my life. I don't want somebody who is like that, who treats me badly. I'm going to free myself. It's time for me to move on. Time for me to release myself and to move on. If you're in a situation where emotionally you're really challenging, you're challenged, you find everything challenging. Maybe you're in a situation where you can't sleep because you're worrying about so many things, and that you can't see any positive. All you feel is no, nothing's working, nothing's going right, everything seems to be crashing down. Maybe you're in that situation at the moment, but I tell you what, you don't stay in situations like that. You don't stay in situations like that. They always, they always change. Nothing nasty lasts forever. Nothing nasty lasts forever. There's a new beginning here. There's an end to that situation. If you're going through mental anguish, if things are just really difficult for you, you're really stressed, I want you to know this is coming to an end. The death card is a good card. It's an end and it's a new beginning. It's finally at last. That's it, no more. No more stress, no more anxiety. I find that light at the end of the tunnel. That light at the end of the tunnel. It's here. And so I'm stepping away from that, and there's a whole new beginning. The sun, look at the sun. This is the sun coming up. This is not a bad card. It's not a bad card. And very often it's what it comes out next to that tells the real story, what the cards that are surrounding it at the time. This is, look, there's a lot of swords here. This is about taking control. This is about being brave to change. This is about this king. This is all about I know what I can do. I know what I can do. He's got his sword there. He's standing there, and he's got his arms crossed. He's saying, you know what? I'm in charge of this. I am in control of this, and I'm going to make some big changes for the better. And this is about the power of the mind. This is about having a strong, powerful mindset. He's brave. You're not afraid. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make my life better. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be strong. And that's what this is what this is all about. This is bringing whatever this is that some of you may be going through, the anguish of the things that are going through around in your head, whatever it is that's doing that to you. I want you to know this. There's an ending here to that. There's an ending. and a whole new beginning. And to do that, to get that, all you have to do is become what the King of Swords represents. Somebody who's strong. He's strong in business. He's somebody you can go to. He's a person that will listen to you. He's a person that will understand and advise you. He's wise. He's not afraid. He's not afraid to change things for the better. He's not afraid. He's a warrior. So be that warrior. Release whatever it is that is holding you back today. Whatever it is, trust your intuition. Listen to your intuition and also nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself and be good to yourself. Others too, but also it's the time for you to take care of yourself for a bit of a change. Don't feel guilty about that. Don't feel guilty about doing something for yourself. Because if you don't do that, then what's the point? What's the point of getting up and going to work and all this if you don't spend a little bit of money on yourself and spoil yourself a little bit now and then? It's good. It's good to do that. In fact, it's necessary, very necessary to do that. So buy yourself something new. Treat yourself you might be somebody who mine is thing is pedicure. So I love getting my feet done. And so, if I do that, I just feel magic. I feel really magic. And we need to nourish ourselves like that. So it's time to do that. Look what you flew out. Thank you so much. Love is the ultimate law of the universe. It is the energy that radiates when the blocks to it have been surrendered. It is more than an emotion or a thought. It is a state of being. Love is what we have become through the pathway of surrender. Lovingness is the way through which we light up the world. That's what, and release, time to let go. If if you're in a situation where you are tormented with something that's really, really upsetting you, please know there is an end. It's nearly here. And if you don't believe that, then make it happen. Create that end, bring it to an end and start afresh. Start a whole new, and that starting afresh can be the how you're thinking, change the way you think. And when you change the way you think, you will change everything around you. Be positive, think new beginnings, think all the good stuff. Every life experience, no matter how tragic, contains a hidden lesson. When we discover and acknowledge the gift that is there, a healing takes place. Everything that we go through, no matter how traumatic it is, it teaches us something. And in this case, it's teaching you that you can be strong, that you are strong, that you just need to be, just bring out that strength. Just know that it's within you. It's right within you. It's there. And so bring it out. Forge ahead. Forge ahead like mad. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Change your life for the better with your actions of positive belief in yourself and release. Let it go, move on. No more carrying any more baggage. Let it go. What's the point? It'll hold you back forever. You know that you can go on YouTube and you'll find the tapping videos that are there with all these wonderful people that do this to help others. The tapping, the EFT, the tapping, you might even find some of mine there. This tapping is a self-healing tool that is so powerful. It's unbelievable, but it will help you to release a lot of stuff. It'll help you to move forward and it'll change your vibrational energy, which is what we need to do when we're carrying, fear or grief or trauma from a young age or from even present day, what's happening. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. Remember, we will be doing the star signs for September over the next few weeks. We do psychic development and growth, and we do these, which are channeled through from the spirit realm. You see me there on YouTube, and this is this message for you. We put that there. Is this message for you? We try and put a little explanation of what the message might be that day. But we're asking you, is this for you? And if you say, well, maybe it is, or maybe you're drawn, your curiosity gets the better of you, it's because you're meant to be here. You're meant to be sharing this time with us. This is about guidance. It's hopefully giving you some advice that may help you in the situation that you're in at the moment. We certainly hope so. If you would like to subscribe to our channel, we would be so grateful. We would be honoured to have you as part of our family of believers. In the future, I do plan on doing a few live YouTubes, and hopefully with the help of my daughter, I won't muff them up, mess them up. And so please, it would be lovely for you to be a part of that family. Thank you so much for um, joining us today. I would love to see your comments. I'd love to hear where you're from. As you know, as I said earlier on, I'm from a little town in on the Sunshine Coast in the hinterland here in Australia, in Queensland, and I just love that. I get a big kick out of when the comments come on. People tell me where they're from because I just get this technology of today. If only I'd had it 40 odd years ago, but I've got it today. And I just love seeing where you're all from because I think, wow, somebody from California or Ireland or has been shared this video with me today, and hopefully we've helped them. So I get a big kick out of it. It really does feed my soul, and I'm very grateful to be able to do this. I feel very grateful that I can represent the spirit realm and channel these messages to help anybody who's here with us today. So please take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Spoil yourself. And I really look forward to the next time we get together. Bye bye for now.